Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another episode of ReaperCast. Today we have some more cards coming out for Battle of Chaos. We're pretty much inching closer and closer to the actual set's release, and with that being said, there are still so many cards to actually be revealed. I'm just so pleased to be going over each of every one of them, because it seems like almost every single archetype out there, at least the ones that are very significant, will play a huge part in this, because there are some archetypes not only getting just one or two cards of support, but as we've already talked about for the Blue Eyes and DDDs, they got like 4 or 5 cards as support, which is definitely crazy to think that a set would actually do that. Normally a set like this wouldn't really support that many archetypes, or at least it wouldn't support archetypes to that particular degree, but in this case, it seems like they genuinely care. They're not just releasing 1 or 2 off cards just to make a particular archetype feel included. It's more so they're genuinely putting out cards that actually matter into those actual decks. However, with that being said, we are going through a few more cards coming out in very specific archetypes, so I'm definitely excited to talk about these. But of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, definitely consider dropping a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Also share this video, it really does help. Otherwise, without further ado, let's begin. So right off the bat, we have here 2 S-Force cards, definitely very exciting to see here. I'm actually quite surprised because honestly, with S-Force being more of the recent archetypes, I didn't expect new support to come out so soon. And even then, it's to come out in normally a core set, but to come out in a set like Battle of Chaos, which is not meant to be a core set anyway, it does actually change things up here, so very nice to see. This is going to be quite exciting, though I do see potential that we might get more than just these 2 cards alone. It's just that these 2 cards are the current ones revealed. So the first card we have here is called S-Force Lapswell, a Fiend effect light level 6 attack 2400 and defense 2500. You can only use the first and second effect of each card's name each once per turn. So first effect, if this card is special summon, you could target 1 S-Force monster in your graveyard except this card special summon it. That's a nice extension. Of course, it does require it to actually be special summon and not just normal summon, so it is a bit harder in that particular case, but even so, it is a level 6 monster anyway, so you're most likely going to be special summoning it. Otherwise, for the second effect, you could banish 1 S-Force card from your hand, destroy all monsters your opponent controls in the same columns as your S-Force monsters. That's not too bad of an effect. You could combine this with specific cards that actually do trigger when they get banished. For example, think of it like this. If there are other S-Force cards that actually work in the banished zone, or if they do get banished, then you simply just target those cards and get rid of them, allowing you to kind of plan out your moves. Very nice there. But overall, the potential I see with this card is mainly using it as a level 6 material for either a Synchro or XC summon, but to use this as a link material just seems a bit wasteful given the way it actually has to be summoned out and what it could actually do. I mean, it already has pretty decent attack anyway, so you could just use it straight up for an attack. However, next up we have over here S-Force Retroactive, a warrior effect light monster, being a level 1 with attack of 0 and defense 0. Now that's definitely very surprising to see. Completely different stats, but I guess that's what S-Force is. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name each once per turn. So first effect, if a monster you control would be used as link material for an S-Force monster, this card in your hand can also be used as material. That's a great effect there, definitely fantastic. Taking away the whole idea of having to summon out monsters first, and instead being allowed to do it from the hand, it's just a really fantastic and nifty move. For link summoning, it's even better than actual doing synchro summoning with cards from your hand, because with link summoning you don't even have to think about levels. Now as for the second effect, during the main phase as a quick effect, you can return this card to the hand, and if you do, special summon 1 level 2 or higher S-Force monster from your hand. That's pretty easy anyway, considering that so many monsters, including the one before this, was a level 6 or rather a level 2 and higher. So this particular effect could actually work hand in hand with the first card we actually talked about. Now moving on to the third effect, if an S-Force monster you control would banish a card from the hand to activate its effect, you could banish this card from your graveyard instead. Again, a truly excellent move here. I love it. It's kind of again going hand in hand with the previous card there. That's what I like to see. I like to see good synergy with each of these cards. And yes, although they are part of the same archetype, the fact that these two cards work so well together is definitely really true to the fact that these cards aren't just random support, they're genuinely being pushed out as real support for a deck. It's not just the meta quota to give a deck a chance to actually appear with some support. It's proving that a deck here is actually getting some genuine care and genuine consideration for this particular matter. Now, you guys might have actually recalled that in the past I have actually looked at S-Force as an archetype mainly in a negative view, just because I didn't really see too much going on with them. However, these two cards might actually change my mind on that, because honestly, these two cards actually add so much more potential for that particular deck, or rather the archetype. Though I would have to say honestly, I wouldn't be keen on actually building the deck even after seeing these two cards. I just think that they have a bit more potential out there. And I think if there's just a few more cards that could actually be released to support this particular deck, it would be fantastic. However, let's now move on here to one of the most amazing cards. This is Chronicle Magician. Yes, this card has been revealed for so long already. You guys were already anticipating this. You guys were already very excited and keen to see what this is. We've basically just been getting teasers for this particular card, either by the artwork or either by the naming of what it is, but it's meant to be a V-Jump promo, so this is not coming out in Battle of Chaos unfortunately, but that's okay. We could still just buy the manga volume and we could potentially get this card anyway. And just because it's a V-Jump promo doesn't mean that it won't eventually come into the TCG. However, we have over here a level 7 Dark Spellcaster effect monster of 2500 attack and defense. Very nice there. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. First effect, if a monster of 2500 original attack and or defense is normal or special summoned to your field, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. The funny thing is this card could actually work for both Dark Magician and Blue Eyes, so I definitely do like that. Of course, it's mainly for Dark Magician. Given that this is a level 7, you could actually use it to overlay into a rank 7, which already makes it so amazing. I mean, consider this, summoning out Dark Magician is not that difficult, so to follow up with this particular card here, you could honestly play 3 copies of this card and it wouldn't even detriment the Dark Magician deck. It's actually working out already as an amazing extender for the deck itself. Now as for the second effect though, if this card is special summoned, you could target one Dark Magician or Blue Eyes White Dragon you control. It gains 2500 attack and defense until the end of this turn. That is absolutely brilliant, and that pretty much just confirms it that it is supporting Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon, so I do like that. Of course, with that being said, this is an amazing card. I mean, the summoning is very easy already. Then of course the second effect just triggers off on its special summon. I mean, that's just insane. This card is really good. It's not broken, it just makes for a really good extender for both those decks, and makes me more keen than ever to actually want to build both the Dark Magician and Blue Eyes deck. I mean, the fact that it's called Chronicle Magician obviously hints towards Dark Magician, also being the fact that it's a level 7 and a dark monster. However, when you look at the artwork itself, it's wearing all white, which seems more akin to the Blue Eyes archetype, so it does have a bit of traits for both sides, definitely making it quite the viable and fitting options for its viability in both decks. However, those were pretty much my thoughts on them, so definitely let me know what you guys actually think of all these cards. Do you actually like the S-Force cards that I talked about here? I thought there was actually a lot of potential for them, despite having negative views on their archetype on their initial release. And as for Chronicle Magician, I can't wait for it to come out, because I'm more keen than ever to actually build a Dark Magician and Blue Eyes deck. So tell me in the comments down below what you think about this. Otherwise, thanks for joining me today. I hope you all have a spectacular day. I'll see you all next time.